lesson for solving equations with the variable on each side. Before we will start in this lesson, we want to continue our work in the previous lesson solving multi-step equations. Yesterday, we stopped here in number 15. So as you see here in this question, solve each equation for x. Assume a doesn't equal 0. So as you see here, the mean variable will be x, and a like the number, but we don't know this value. So a will be any number without 0, So to solve this equation, try to remove 5 from here. So what is the operation here as you see? Addition. So take the opposite. So, or take the inverse, minus 5 here and minus 5 here. So plus 5 and minus 5 will be 0. Write with me, please. Write with me. Write the question and write the example. This is on board. So in the first side, we have ax equals 13 minus 5 will be 8. Then we want to remove a from this side to keep the variable alone. To remove a, what is the operation between a and x? Multiplication. Take the opposite. What is the opposite of multiplication? Division. So we can write ax over a equals a over a. So a divided by a will be 1. A divided by a will be 1. It means 1x means x equals 8 over a. This is the solution of this equation. Ali, sit down here, please. The second one, the same idea. We want to remove negative 9. Take the opposite, add the opposite. So plus 9 here and plus 9 here. So minus 9 and the plus 9 will be 0. It means here in the first side, ax equals 15 plus 9 will be 24. Then you want to remove a from this side, so you can divide the two sides by a. Divide here by a and divide here by a. So a divided by a, 1x means we have x equal 24 over a. This is the solution. A, any number without 0. A means any number without 0, okay? In number 17, the same idea. At the first, we want to remove 4. So add the inverse. What is the inverse of 4? Negative 4. So add negative 4 to the two sides, negative 4 here and negative 4 here. So plus 4 and minus 4 will be 0. 7 minus 4 will be 3 equals negative ax. Then we want to remove negative a from this side, so we can divide the two sides by negative a. So negative a divided by negative a will be 1. It means here 1x means x.
Or you don't put minus 4.
Why I put minus 4? I put negative 4 or minus 4. This is minus 4. So positive divided by negative, negative. So x equal 3, negative 3 over a. This is the solution.
So you can get x, negative ax, and negative.
Because we divided by negative a. Negative divided by negative positive. A divided by a1 remains x. And here in the next side, 3 divided by negative a. Positive divided by negative, negative 3 over a. Okay. Number 18, the same idea as the first, save. We want to remove -5 from this side. So we can add the inverse, -5 here and -5 here. So +5 and -5, 0 remains here 5 over AX. And the second side, the first side here, 3 minus 5, 3 minus 5 will be -2. Then we want to remove AX from the denominator to be in the numerator. How? What is the operation between the number and the variables here? Divide. So take the opposite, multiply. So you can multiply the two sides by AX. Multiply here by AX. And multiply here by AX. So we have AX up in the numerator and AX down. AX divided by AX will be 1. It means in this side 5. And here -2 times AX will be -2AX. Then we want to keep the variable alone. So we want to remove -2A. So divide the two sides by -2A. -2 divided by -2 will be 1. A divided by A will be 1. It means 1x means x equals positive divided by negative will be -5 and down to 8. So this is the solution. Sultan, sit down the second task. Sit down after Sultan. Sit down. Yes, sit down after Sultan. And Rashid, sit down after Milad, please. Number 19. At the first, we want to remove -20. So add the inverse, +20 here, +20 here. So -20 plus 20 will be 0, remains here in this side AX. And the first side, we have -9 plus 20. We want to remove A to keep the X alone. So you can divide the two sides by A. -9 plus 20 will be 11 over A equals A divided by A1 remains X. So the value of X equal 11 over A.
So I think we're going to check.
لا نقدر نعمل تشيك. هلا بنساوي نعمل تشيك. Number 20. We want to remove -7. So we can subtract 7 from the two sides. +7 and -7 will be 0. So means here 1 over AX equals 25 minus 7 will be 18. Then we want to remove AX from the denominator to be in the numerator. So you can multiply the two sides by AX. AX up and AX down. AX divided by AX will be 1. It means here 1 equals 18 times A, 18A X. Then we want to remove 18A, so we can divide the two sides by 18A. So 18A divided by 18A will be 1, remains here X. And here will be 1 over 18A. Yes, Sultan?
So why did you divide 18A? That's why we 18.
Because as you see, the coefficient here will be 18A. We want to keep the variable alone. We want to keep X alone. So we want to remove 18A. What is the operation between 18A and X? Multiply. So take the divide, the opposite. So 18A divided by 18A, and here 1 divided by 18. Okay. طيب. Number 18, as you see, we have 5 here. We want to remove 5. What is the operation? As you see, addition. So take the opposite operation, means a negative 5 here and negative 5 here. Plus 5 and negative 5 will be 0. It means here 5 over AX. And the 3 minus 5 will be minus 2. Then as you see here, we have AX. We want AX in the numerator, not in the denominator. So we want to remove AX from the denominator. How? You can multiply the two sides by AX. Why multiply? Because what is the operation between 5 and AX? Divide. So take the opposite operation. So you can here multiply by AX and here multiply by AX. AX up and AX down. AX divided by AX will be 1. It means here 5. And here minus 2 times AX will be minus 2XA. Then we want to keep the variable alone. So we want to remove the coefficient. How to remove, Yasef, the coefficient? The coefficient here will be negative 2a. Divide the two sides by negative 2a. So negative 2a divided by negative 2a, 1x means x. And here positive divide by negative, negative, and 5 over 2. Okay?
So that's the negative 2x divided.
Positive divide by negative. What is the sign here? Positive. And the sign here negative. Positive divide by negative will be negative. 5 over 2. Okay. If you want to check, I will do this exercise and all the same idea. You can substitute the solution in the equation. So we have here negative 9. Is it equal, put here position mark, is it equal A times the value of X? What is the value of X? 11 over A. Minus 20. Number 19. Now, in the first side here, we have minus 9. Is it equal? And we have 8 up and 8 down. A up and A down. A divided by A divided by A will be what? 1. It means 1 times 11 will be 11. Minus 20. In the first side here, you have minus 9. And in the second side, 11 minus 20 will be minus 9 also. So minus 9 equal minus 9. So we have true equation, means this is a true solution. Okay.
You can't multiply with A.
A divided by A. Or you can A times 11, 11A. A times 11, 11A. Divide by A. A divided by A1 remains what? Remains 11. So remains here 11. Then you have here minus 20. 11 minus 20 will be what? Will be minus.
But how to know the outcome of A? What is the result of A?
A, as you see here, assume A doesn't equal 0, means A, any number without 0. A, any number without 0, okay? Here we have two variables, but the main variable will be X. Okay? And A, any number without to start in a new lesson. So finished here and open a new page to write the title, please. You are a new student. What is your name? Muhammad Sharif. Welcome. Welcome. Muhammad, I am Dr. Muhammad Hani. Sit down after Rashid. After Rashid Al-Nihari. Mansour, sit down here at the third desk. I am Dr. Muhammad Hani, math teacher. We have a group in WhatsApp for math. It's very important to you. So write my number 0584 3568969. Dr. Muhammad Ali. Will you go to your phone, send me message in WhatsApp and tell me what's your name, what's your class, and tell me to add you in the group, okay? And today, okay, it's important. صور هون ثالث مقام. في حدا لسه عم يكتب؟ يلا بسرعة شوي. كتبتهم يا سيف؟
يا استاذ
كلهم؟
كله
منصور؟ ثاني؟
هلا استاذ.
نعم. في حدا لسه عم يكتب؟ شباب؟ طيب خلينا نروح على الدرس الجديد. So in a new page, please write the title solving equations with the variable on each side. Quickly, please. In a new page, write the title solving equations with the variable on each side. In the previous lessons, we learned how to solve equation with one variable in one side. In this lesson, we want to learn how to solve this problem if we have in each side the same variable. So in this lesson, we want to learn solve equation with the variable on each side and solve equations by applying the distributive property and prove the equations are identities or have no solutions.
Still, that's multiple.
نعم. The title. Right. The first idea in this lesson, write this title, solving equations with the variable on each side. Yes, write this title, please. نفسه العنوان نفسه. Sometimes the variable will appear on each side of an equation. To solve these equations, use the addition or subtraction property of equality to write an equivalent equation with the variable terms on one side and the numbers without variables or constants on the other side. Listen to this example, please. So here we want to solve an equation with the variables on each side. The question, right here, this question. Solve 5 plus 7a equals 4a minus 13. Check your solution. Right, as you see, we have a, the variable here. We have in the first side variable, and we have the same variable in the second side. What I do to solve this problem? We try to remove the variable from one side. Okay, try to remove the variable from one side. So you can to remove 7a from this side, or you can remove 4a from this side. So here we want to remove 4a from this side. So take the inverse. What is the inverse of 4a? Negative 4a. So subtract negative 4a from the two sides. Subtract negative 4a from the two sides. Now 4a minus 4a 0 remains negative 13. And here 7a minus 4a will be 3a. And here we have 5 plus 3a. Now as you see, we have now the equation have one variable in one side. So we need two steps to solve this equation. This is the previous lesson now. Now here, this is the previous lesson. What I do here, we want to keep the variable alone in the same side. So try to remove 5 from this side. How to remove 5? Add the inverse. What is the inverse of 5? Negative 5. So 5 minus 5 will be 0, remains 3a. And negative 13 plus negative 5 will be negative 18. Now, how to remove 3 to keep a alone? What is the operation between 3 and a? Multiplication. Take the opposite. What is the opposite of the multiplication? Division. So divide the two sides by 3, 3a divide by 3, and negative 18 divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3 will be 1a means a, and negative 18 divided by 3 will be negative 6. So the solution will be what? Will be negative 6. Now we want to check. How to check if our solution true or not? Yes. Take the solution and substitute the value of the solution in the same equation. So we have the equation 5 plus 7a equal a minus 13 with the value of a negative 6. With the value of a here negative 6, and with the value of a here negative 6, and put here question mark because we don't sure about this equality. Then solve the first side. 7 times negative 6 will be negative 42. And 4 times negative 6 will be negative 24. Then add the two numbers in the first side here. 5 plus negative 42 will be negative 37. And negative 24 plus negative 13 will be negative 37. So as you see, we have true equation or true inequality. So it means this is a true solution. This is a true solution. Write the check, Sage. Write the check here.
كأن الحل طويل الحل يعني أقل.
هاي نحن بنكتب الخطوات بالتفصيل لانه اول مثال، بعدين انت فيك تدمج خطوتين او 3 خطوات بخطوه واحده.
استاذ بتصحح الدرس.
طبعا.
أنت بدي الشمس
solve الشيء. نعم. نعم. كله كامل، اكتب هذا كامل. نعم خطوات، كل خطوة واسمها. هلا نكتب اللي فوق solve كاملة مع التشيك. لا هذا شو سؤالك سالم؟ هلا عندك هون 5 ونيجاتيف 42، وقت الاشاره مختلفه القاعده شو بتقول؟ خذ اشاره العدد الاكبر وعمل بيناتهم ماينس. فاشاره الاكبر ماينس، اخذنا ماينس. هلا 42 ماينس 5 تعطيني 37. السايد الثاني عندك نفس الاشاره. القاعده بتقول اذا عم تجمع عددين لهم نفس الاشاره خذ نفس الاشاره وعمل بيناتهم اد. 24 بلس 13 شو بيعطيك؟ 37. تمام؟ لا اكيد. طيب
استاذ بسوي لهم هايلايت.
لا بس انا مشان تعرفوا شو تكتبين.
لا بسوي لك انا هايلايت.
هلا انت اذا حابب تتفنن هي راجع لك. تساوي لهم هاي تساوي لهم ما في شيء.
انا نشوف افضل.
ما تبع هذا الفصل في أو هاي السنة كان في درس الفوليوم تبع
الجيومتري
أعتقد الجيومتري.
نحن هون بس بندرس مواضيع لها علاقة بالالجبرا، الجبرا 1.
أستاذ مصطفى
سرعة الجبران نفس الشيء.
يعني مواضيع مترابطة، بس طبعا الجبرا 2 بيجي أوسع شوي، في أفكار جديدة.
عسوش خلاص كيف أنت ولا كيف؟
فنشت راشد فنشت.
نكتب سول صار بعد نكتب سول.
أيوة كله كامل. ضل. فزاع ضل.
تقريبا نفس هذا كانت الجيومتري. نفس هذا كانت
هلا الايكويشنز بتستخدمها بالجيومتري، بتستخدمها بالفيزيكس، كيمستري، معك في أكثر من ناحية.
صار في ناس يقولون إن الذكاء الاصطناعي صار سهل علينا في
أنا أشوف سوا تقريبا نفس النظام نحس الثاني هاي مع بعض. أنا مرة زي نفهم فيه.
سريع بس من صف تاسع قصة جيومتري وقصة الجبران.
الصف التاسع بتدرسوا الجبرا 1 وجيومتري، الصف العاشر بتدرسوا الجبرا 2 وجيومتري، الحادي عشر بتدرسوا شيء اسمه ميلي كالكولوس، والثاني عشر بتدرسوا كالكولوس. الحادي عشر في بري كالكولوس. بري كالكولوس علم اللي هو الإعداد لعلم اسمه التحليل الرياضي. علم اسمه التحليل الرياضي. تاخذوا مبادئ للكالكولوس، يعني هو بيعدك بيعطيك مؤهلات لتحسن تدرس الكالكولس. الكالكولس بيتحدث عن شيء اسمه الانتجرز ديريفيتيف، التكامل والتفاضل، تمام، والعمليات عليها الليمتس، نهايات، مواضيع لسه كبيره عليكم شوي بكير. فبناخذ اول شيء البري كالكولس، هو عباره عن امتداد للالجبرا ومواضيع جديده بتاهلك لحتى تقدر تدرس الكالكولس، تمام. بكير عليها، علم واسع كبير. يعني الالجبرا والالجبرا 2 صغار كثير قدام الكالكولس، كالكولس علم واسع. طيب
يعني هو بحاول ما يخلص.
جربوا لي بهي لو سمحتوا. اكتبوا solve the problem 6.2m equals 3.8m plus 2. يلا حاول تحل هاي الايكويشن. solve this equation please. استخدم ما بتكتب كله حسب انت تقول ايه. في عندك في الات فيها مزوده وفي الات ما فيها. اذا صينتك هيك بتكون فيها. تمام. علموا كيف اذا نفس الالات. هو الساعه دائما على الغطاء بيكون مكتوب شرح، فانت بتقرا التعليمات وبتطبق، لانه كل اله ولها طوابع.
في آلات إذا كتبت equal مفعلة تعطيني static.
لانه طبيعي بيعطيك هذا موحد بالآلات. بس اجمالا في الات بيبقى فيها تقنيات زياده، فبتكون البرمجه تبعها تختلف. هلا just هلا شوف انا كتبت ممكن
صدق ما شاء الله عليك، مخ ما شاء الله.
تسلم. انت ليش شو ناقصك؟
لسه يعني تعرف الجواب. انا بعد ما ادرس
بعد تعرف
نظرة. لا تعال رقم والله صدق.
ايه بسرعه عشان ما تروح عليك. الجواب طلع معك m equal a equal 3. Okay. Who has different answer?
Eight point seven three is 43 لو صح.
Like listen, as you see in this side, we have variable, and in the second side, we have the same variable. So when you have in each side the same variable, try to remove from one side this variable and keep the variable just in one side. Okay? So we want to remove from here or from here. This is up to you. No problem. So I will try to remove this variable. How to remove this variable? The sign will be positive. Take the inverse, take the opposite sign. So subtract 3.8 from this side, m, and subtract 3.8 from this side. So 3.8m minus 3.8m will be 0. It means in this side 20 equals
Here, we want to subtract 6.2 minus 3.8. How to subtract the decimals? Put the point under the point. So 2 minus 8, we cannot do this operation because 2 less than 8, so 4 or 1. From 6, take 1 from 6, 6 will be 5, and here will be 12. 12 minus 8 will be 4. Drop the same point here. 5 minus 3 will be 2. So the answer will be 2.4 m.
So give it some note. Give it some note.
Right. The second step, we want to remove the constant to keep the variable alone. So what is the operation between the number and the variable? Multiplication. So divide the two sides by 2.4. Now 2.4 divided by 2.4 will be 1. It means here m. And as you remember from grade 4 and grade 5, we cannot divide by decimal. So what I do, try to remove the decimal. How? The decimal after 1 digit. So if you multiply by 10, you can remove the point. So multiply up and down by 10. Multiply it by 10 and multiply it by 10. 20 times 10 will be 200. Remove the decimal. And 2.4 times 10 will be 24. Will be 24. Then you can do long division here. This is 200 and this is 24. You have 2 digits here, must take 2 digits here. Plus 20 less than 24. So take 3 digits in this case. So now look what about number multiplied by 24 will be 200 or less than or close. 200. So if you multiply by 8, just 8. Right. 8 times 4 will be 32. 8 times 2 will be 16. Plus 3 will be 19. So this is the closed number. Because we don't have exactly number times 8, and number times 24 exactly equal to 200. So take the closed number, smaller than 200. So take 8. 8 times 24 will be 192. Then do minus 4 or 1 here, 1, here 9, here 10. 10 minus 2, 8, 9 minus 9, 0, 1 minus 1, 0. You can continue. Put here point and put here 0. 80. 80 divided by 24. Which number times 24 equal 80? Subtract 3. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So 72, the closed number. So write here 3 minus. So 80 minus 70 will be also 8. So this is a repeating operation. 8, 8, 8, 8. And here we have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The answer will be 8.3. Then put bar notation. Put bar notation. Okay. When you put your decimal, put 0. And the decimal means you divide by 10. In the opposite side, you would multiply by 10. Multiply by 10 means add 0. تمام؟ إذا مش معنى الديسيمال يا شباب؟ يعني احنا قسمنا على 10. بالمقابل حتى ما تتغير الجواب، ما تتغير العملية، لازم اضرب شو؟ ب 10 ما هيك؟ صح؟ طبعا جرب تساوي شيء، بس هلا هون بدك لما بدك تعمل شيء بدك تدخلها مع البار نوتيشن. بتطلع الرقم فارق شوي. تمام، لانه في عندك هون عدد غير منتهي. اذا listen here please. So as you see we want to remove 3.8, so we can subtract 3.8 m from the two sides. Then 6.2 minus 3.8 will be 2.4 m, and here it means 20. Then you can divide the two sides by the constant here, divide by 2.4, divide by 2.4. So m about 8.3, or exactly 8.3 bar notation. Or after approximately we can write it 8 and 1 over 3.
This is up to you. The second idea, this is on solving equation involving the distributive property. So when you finish the example here, write this title, please. Some equations contain grouping symbols. Grouping symbols can include parentheses. When you see this signs, the name of this signs parentheses. And when you see this signs, the name of this sign brackets. Brackets, okay? So, and fraction bars. So the step for solving an equation can be summarized as follows. The title will be solving equations involving the distributive. So, yes, write with me. So we want to write the all steps here. Step 1, simplify the expressions. On each side, remove any grouping symbols. Use the distributive property as needed. Then use the addition and or subtraction properties of equality to get the variable terms on one side of the equation and the constant terms on the other side. Simplify. The last step, use the multiplication and division properties of equality to solve. So I want from all to write, this is important step to solve equations involving the distributive property. Very important to know, when you see this sign, the name of this sign parentheses. And when you see this sign, the name of this sign will be brackets. Brackets, it's different, okay? Yes.
اشترك مركز
الشكل
طيب
هذا اسمه طبعا بالعمليه ما في فرق، بس هلا انت احيانا بيكون عندك عمليتين تحتاج لاقواس مختلفه. يعني مثلا ممكن تسوي يعني 5 بلس 2 حطيتهم يكونوا برانتسز، بعدين في عمليه مثلا تايمز 9 بحطهم بين شو بين براكتس عشان نميز بين العمليات. فالكبار هدول اسمهم براكتس، الصغار هدول شو اسمهم؟ طبعا الاولويه لل5 بلس 2، الاولويه للبرانتسز بعدين للبراكتس.
يعني عند الموضوع
تمام. او فيني اعمل ديستريبيوت. ايوه يعني في يساوي 9 times 5 plus 9 times 2. لا جاوب على السؤال. هذا من خارج الدرس، بس عم نشتغل شو الفرق بين البرانتسز وبين البراكتس. هن كمضمون ما في فرق، بس مختلفين بالشكل، بس بستخدم اكثر من نوع للتمييز بين العمليات. تمام؟ خلصنا؟
That's two parts of the law.
Hmm?
Parts of the law.
حط طبعا الفراكشن لما تقول انت 5 اوفر 2 هذا شو اسمه الخط اللي بيناتهم؟ فراكشن بار. تمام؟
واحد صار كمان عليه فوق والله.
إذا خلصنا الواقع.
ضبط رادك مباشر بنكمل ان شاء الله. Tomorrow we will continue this lesson. ما خلص السدس. طبعا اذا اجاني اذا اجى ايكويشن عمليه تحتاج لديستريبيوتر فانا هو مضطر اني اساوي ديستريبيوتر. انتني هلا في عندي انواع من الايكويشنز معقده شوي يعني بيكون فيها خطوات متعدده فصعب شوي انه نساويها منتلي. هون اجباري يتبع خطوات بس ممكن ادمج خطوتين ثلاثه بخطوه واحده. ضمن العمليات ممكن استخدم المنتل اكيد. بس اني اعرف اجابتها فورا في بعض الايكويشنز معقده شوي. ايه بس هي